Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Boxer, the technical trader at techtrader.com. It's Tuesday, the 24th of January. These are the charts of the day. Well, we're going to take a look at the indices first. After a big rally that saw the indices rally from mid-December to mid-January, taking the NASDAQ 100 from 10,700 to 11,900. They at 1,200 points, a big move. Basically in a what I consider a 1, 2, 3 wave move, now the wave 4, which could extend for a year, a day or two and consolidate or even pull back a little bit. But the angle of ascent is telling me that this is headed for a retest of the highs up at 12, 50, 70 range. S&P, same type of pattern. Base, breakout, run up. We had a long run. So the indices go from that index go from 3752 or 3 up to 4,040 some odd today. And that's the hourly chart. You see the wedges forming? We can break out and take out 4050. We should go to 4100. Beyond that, we have lots of room to run. All right, let's take a look at the charts of the day. AMLI, formerly LIACF, going from the bulletin board to NASDAQ to change of symbol. AMLI is American Lithium, as you can see. This recent price pattern needs to be looked at on a 15-minute basis. And you can see that it ran up, pulled back, formed a little bit of a wedgie or coil there, and broke out. And just in the last day, it run from 302 to 357. The daily chart shows a breakout to new highs. Measure Moose tells me we have a little bit of a follow through, the 3 3/4 4 zone. ARRY. Well, it's one of our swings. We had an inverse head and shoulder breakout. We put a swing on it. And subsequently ran up to the target, pulled back down in orderly fashion, but it took a couple, 3 months, and ran back up a couple times, a third time, this time with a V bottom and right hand extension. I'm looking for it to break through. There's some resistance at 27, your next target. Then I'm looking for 31, 32. ATAT, fairly new IPO, came at around 16 and 17 zone and then dropped down into the 11.5 area. But it's been straight up since then, except for this wedge in here, double top breakout here and explosion. It's taken this stock from 11 and change to almost 30 today, 29.80. So it's nearly a triple, and it still may have some momentum for follow through into the low 30s. We'll see. Careful with this. BIAF. 70 million shares, exploded it from 156 to 399. It backed off a point, but it's still up 133 or 83% on 70 million. That kind of price volume surge, taking the stock out across this declining top line and moving averages and lateral price resistance, especially this here, which took a few months to develop. Augurs well for more upside. Now there is some resistance at 4, backed off 399 today. Let's see if it can work this way higher with a target of 5.5. CBAY has come out of a beautiful base over August through November, popped in December, flagged mid-month, and they're just been going straight up for a month now. From 3 3/4, today's high of 783, it's a double, and yet more momentum tells me maybe 9 is doable, 899, your next target. COGT. Popped out of a base today with a spike from 1319 to 1530. We finished at just under that at 1526, up 190 or 14.3%. But the close was so strong, I'm now looking for a test of the highs at 17.5, followed by 20 potentially. COSM popped out the day before yesterday, pulled back yesterday, an inside day, but followed through beautifully today, and got up to right near the 50-day moving average and backed off a little bit. But should it get up through 718, I'm looking for 9 and 11. Might have some momentum, we'll see. CRDO credo, the bottom right-handed extension, came through a double triple top. It's at the August high now, which was 1732. Today's high, 1753, closing at 08. So we get through here, there's actually a triple top. You might see this move into the 1920 zone. EHTH swing after hours exploded a strong earnings report. You can see it popped from 540 to 710, currently at about 6 3/4. My targets there were 8, 8.5, and then looking at 10 or better. HROW, a top 20 pick for the year, having a splendid day. 1394 to 1559, finishing just pennies off of that, up 137, nearly 10% gain, but coming out of a coil. Now looking for 17.5 3/4, and then 21. NOVA, 2-day spike. In particular, today's action took it from 679 to 786 and finishing at 770, up 70 or 10%, with really good volume, nearly 20 million shares traded. Looking for a test of the big declining tops on the lateral price resistance in the 9 1/4 zone. KOLD keeps going despite the morning pullback. They traded it today and successfully, as it spiked from 37 to 43.5, finishing at 42 3/4, up 3 3/4, nearly 10%. If it gets through here, you might see this in the mid to high 50s. LABU acts like it wants to come out of that multi-month base, doesn't it? Today's pop from 768 to 854, finishing 840, up 48 cents or 5%, 47.5 million. We get through here, you see volume pickup, targets 9.5, 10 1/4, and 12.5. MGNX, tech trader swing, has come back smartly the last 3 days. Pull back low of 4 3/4. Today's high was 642, finishing 623, up 36 cents or 6%. It's at or near the declining tops line. I'm looking for this one to make a run to 7.5 and 9.5. PXMD coming out of a base today, went through key resistance, jumped from 281 to 374, finishing 347, up 61 cents or 21%. Mine picked up a little, 2 million. It's thinly traded, but today's high was near the key resistance. If we can get to that, 4.5 and 5.5 targets. Tgtx swing acting great. Popped out, pull back, popped again, and pull back. It's now in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th wave move, which I think extends to at least 15.5, possibly 17. XNCR exploded through a quadruple top today and finished up 162 or 5.3%, but breaking out now, looking for a retest of that spike high, 33.44, and then 35.6. Zyme, trader top 20 pick, popped, pulled back. Looks like it's consolidating in here, wave 4. This is I consider this 1, 2, 3, 4. Another wave up could get you to 12.5, 13. And that's it for tonight, everybody. Have a great evening. This is HB signing off.